All right, Bobby Davis here with the SOA podcast. Today I'm going to be covering what's called a hinge pattern. And for those of you that don't know, there's basic movements of the lower body, which consist of a squat, a lunge or a step up pattern, and then a hinging pattern. That commonly consists of RDLs, deadlifts, single leg deadlifts, and things of that nature. But when we start working with athletes, we start to find out pretty quickly that if they don't understand the hinge very well, it starts to look pretty ugly. Okay, and by that I mean you'll see a lot of people looking like the exorcist, standing up with something, or not understanding how to organize their body. So for the first video, I'm going to go ahead and cover some things with the lower body and how to get the athletes to understand how to better situate their legs and how to get their hips moving in the right direction. So the first thing I'm going to go over is just using a bench to kind of block off and keep in contact with. Now, when I start with a hinge, I want to think unlock at the knees. I want to keep my calves tight to the bench. From here, I can cross over to start thinking about incorporating my upper body. And from here, I just want to reach my butt back and behind and let my chest fall forward. A great cue you can use for this is think about trying to reach your butt to touch the wall behind you and let your chest dip forward as if you're looking over a railing. The main concept this is doing is when you're keeping the calves squeezed tight to the bench, we're now keeping our shins vertical, which is where they need to be. From that position, then we're trying to work on moving the hips forward and back. Kids will often keep shins maybe vertical, but they'll not move through their hips and they'll move through their back and they'll start to unroll at their posture to get down. The main thing we want to think is hips got to be the mover. If I'm moving up my lower back, now I'm putting it at risk of injury, but I'm also not establishing a good, strong foundation for my posterior chain, my hamstring glutes, and my lower back to work together to get my hips to move. And if I can't move my hips very well, I'm not going to be very explosive. So there's a great one to start. If they do pretty good from there, I'll progress out and maybe have them a little bit from a wall and try to have them now, okay, try to touch your butt to the wall. That gets them to start to understand and feel if I didn't touch that wall, maybe I'm bending my lower back, so I got to keep up and I got to really reach. I should feel my hamstrings a little bit. Okay, and then the last thing is maybe you're having them go into some RDL movements. I'll even have my athletes even if they're graduated from this stuff, put a band around their waist with a partner holding, and the band teaches them how to reach and pull into that position and then squeeze through at the top. So there's a few different variants for the lower body, how to organize to get in a better position for a hinge. Let me know what you guys think or some other tips or tricks that you guys have done. In the next video, we're going to be addressing more of the upper body and how to organize the posture.